All right. So we are here tonight. I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm so grateful that you are here with me. This is for those that are looking at, let me pull this up real quick. I can't talk and do this. I've tried it so many times and it just really does not work well for me. Here we go. Okay. So we are here tonight to talk about gold and why it's important to have gold as an aim and a target for you. And this is really for those of you that are possibly just getting started in this business and you are wanting to go silver, or senior silver, or you're going towards gold. So that would be you in here. That is also for those of you that are wanting to learn how to help your leaders move from silver to senior silver to gold. And then it's for those of you that are actually gold or above, but you're really wanting to learn how to duplicate well and grow foundationally well in your organization. So I'm thrilled that you're here. And I'm thrilled that you have some of your team here with you tonight to be able to work through this. And I love this quote of the treasures in life are a result of focused moments working the dream. And that is so true. And I feel like that if we can fully understand what it is that we're going for and what it looks like for us, I do believe that going after the dream looks different, right? Because there's purpose and there's intentionality in it. And so we're going to really work through what is the big deal about gold and what it actually means. So for all of us, this is our compensation plan. And I want you to understand what is the importance of gold and why should that be something that you're focused on and helping your people go towards that. So if you see on here, you're going to see silver, senior silver, and then of course gold. I've got that a little bit highlighted here. Silver is for all of us, as we know, that is going to be get your first three people. That can be friends, that can be family. And that's where they get that really great bonus that we're going to be talking about here in just a minute. But oftentimes they're doing that to either get their investment back, of getting their welcome pack. And it also, honestly, guys, if you think about it, it not only takes care of their investment, but it also takes care of their next month's subscription. So that's a beautiful place to be. Senior silver, for a lot of our people that start sharing, it's easy for them to share with 3, but then continue sharing and get to that next level of 50 points. Or they might have 1 or 2 friends that they've shared with that also share with 1 or 2 friends. But in both of those areas, this is what I want you to hear. In those areas, it is just those friendships, family, kind of noticing some people. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are really viewing this as an opportunity that could really change their life in some way. It's really at gold. Gold is that spot that people start saying, okay, if I really took this opportunity seriously, this could look different for us. So what happens at gold is that you qualify by getting 3 people. So, if you hit that silver, you've got those 3 personal people. It's 100 points, which we're going to talk through in just a minute, with 15 points on the outside. The other great thing is for all of our different ranking levels, whenever you promote, you are given a one-time bonus. And for gold, it's 250. Now, you also know about the fast start, silver, senior silver, gold, senior silver, and ruby. All of these areas have fast starts in them with deadlines. So if you were to do that, you would get the $500 fast start bonus instead of the $250. So in seeing that, this is what I want you to see. All of these different areas have the achievement bonuses in them. Once again, if you do fast start, which each one of those does have a timeline to it, then you would get double bonuses in these different areas of what you're achieving. The other thing that I want you to understand with gold, that's where you really start kind of getting a little bit serious, kind of seeing what the opportunity can do for you, really wanting to help other people share and get those 3 friends, is that you start getting pay points. Now you start getting them back at silver, but gold is where it kind of starts amplifying a little bit. And I want you to be able to see this because any of the people that you sponsor, you get 6 points for those. But and that's called your level 1. But then your levels 2, 3 are 5 points. So those are your level 1s inviting friends and them inviting friends. And then you can see how that tapers down from there. So really want you to understand those because your points add up and you start getting what we call pay points. And so all of those points add up, and then whatever the pay point is for that month, and it does fluctuate depending on our sales for that month, then that's what you get paid on. So I want you to understand those pieces. The other really big thing about gold that I absolutely love, and I want us to fully understand, is the big deal about what does it mean to go gold. So a year ago, we started Gold School, and it is the first corporate leadership training event that you get to go to. So when you sponsor a gold or you become gold or senior gold, you get to go to Gold School. So all of this is really for gold and senior gold. And guys, this is what I want you to hear. Corporate really invests in their people. They invest in us, the field, and you kind of see the background here. This is the gold party that we all got to go to. And then on the right is Gold School. But they invest in us in really magnificent ways. We get Super Saturday. That really is seen as a training. So hopefully many of you went just this past January and got to participate in that. But then the training leadership positions are at gold or senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, and then emerald. Those are the big areas that they fully invest in us. And I wanted you to be able to see where we're going to be this year with Gold School. So coming up in May is Washington, D.C., which we actually have people on our team that will be at Washington, D.C., which is super exciting. In August is Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is going to be gorgeous in Minnesota at that time of year. So that's going to be super cool. And then in October, we'll be back here in the Texas area. And then the other thing, whenever you go gold or senior gold, you get to be part of the gold party at convention. This past year, which is some of the people on the left-hand side, you can see all the gold that is going on. It is so much fun. You don't want to miss it. So even right now, if you just ranked gold or senior gold, or even as you're moving towards our June convention, you'll want to be part of that gold party. Everyone wears gold. Everything is decked out in gold, and it is so much fun. The other thing that I want you to see about gold is the income. And this is pretty conservative of what I'm sharing with you here. It's a baseline income at gold and senior gold.
I'm right here, Addie.
Yeah, let's maybe everybody mute if you can. And so right here is baseline at gold is 269 to 650. And the baseline there depends on your retail customers. It means if it's first time and you have a bonus within there somewhere. And then senior gold is 675 is a baseline for senior gold, and then moving. The other thing that I want you to see in that income that is a possibility is that from gold to senior gold, you're going from 100 points to 250 points. So that is going to be increasing as you're growing your team and moving towards your senior gold, or whenever you hit senior gold and you start bringing in that 675 and you start growing towards ruby. So that's where you see that adjustment of what can happen. And this is what I want you to hear whenever we're thinking about this, and whether it is you looking towards gold or you are growing a team and you're helping develop your team through the rank of silver, senior silver, and gold. This is the big piece that I want all of y'all to think about right now, is what could that financially do for you? You know, the 269 not only takes care of product for that month, but it puts money in your pocket for groceries, for gas, for a bill that needs to be paid. So being able to see what that actually can do with 20 people on your team, because gold is 20 people. And so seeing that little army of people, family and friends that are also wanting to take the products and be able to do that, how that's going to bless. I know for me, hitting gold and hitting senior gold were very instrumental for me in my life whenever I started this business, because I knew exactly where the money was going to go. I knew exactly what the bonuses were going to be used for, because that's where we were in our life. We didn't have financial margin in any way. And so these numbers were big things for us. They actually allowed us to exhale. They actually allowed us to not have anxiety. It allowed me to know that I could do some extra things for my kiddos that we just couldn't do at that time. And so I want you to think about that, not only for you, but I want you to start thinking about what that looks like for your friends, for the people that are currently VIPs for you, for people that maybe you've thought about, okay, I'm wanting to really look at this opportunity seriously. And I feel like I have some friends that this would be a blessing for them. That's where you start kind of casting vision for those different people. So this is what I want you to see as we work through this, is what does your future look like? On the right, you're going to see this graphic. This is our brand ambassador milestones. And you're going to see right in here, here's your gold and your senior gold. And this is all the way going down the roadmap. Actually, here's senior gold right here. Here's gold school, and coming through all the way to sapphire and diamond, and then being able to re-enter and all of that good stuff. This is what I want you to hear. Everybody that is here tonight, we're all at a different place. And some of us, it's just having those couple of friends do this with us, and it's just fun, and we're all accountable to each other. Some of us, $500 will make the biggest difference in allowing us, like I said, to exhale, not have anxiety, be able to rest at night and not question our finances for that month. Other people, it's that $1,000. I think so much about our Jen Hawkins, who is a double diamond. And when she first started her business, her husband said, you know, you can do this business. If you can make $1,000 a month, you can quit your job and come home and be with the babies, because that's what her job was doing for them, was bringing in some income. And she said, can I look at doing this? And if I can make this amount of money, you know, what does this look like for our family? And could I come and be a stay-at-home mama? $1,000 is a big deal every single month. Or are you wanting to replace a current salary that you're not happy with where you are today? And you're tired of giving all of your hours to a location and missing a lot of opportunities with your family and with your children. And so replacing your current salary is a really big deal for you. And that's what you're looking at this business doing. Or you might be a person that you're wanting to look at those 6 figures and beyond. And being able to do some things and not have a ceiling with your income and use your time totally differently. For all of us on here, there's a place for all of us, and everyone gets to choose what their goal is, what their why is, and how they want to do their business. So knowing your why is such a big piece, because this roadmap becomes the greatest compass for you. Once you know kind of what makes you comfortable, what you would like to do, then this allows you to be able to see that and to visualize it and to know your next step. When I started this business, my whole thing was, what's the first thing I need to do? And, you know, gold was our big deal, like 20 people. That was where I was going towards, is I'm going to get the 20 people. And once I got to 20, I was like, okay, what's my next? So being able to see those things and go, don't get overwhelmed with the huge elephant, just take a bite size of that elephant every single day, depending on where it is of where you're wanting to go. And as we go through this, guys, if you have questions, just jot them down for me, and we can talk about those at the end of this time together, because I really want to be able to answer anything that you have, okay? So let's talk a little bit about gold, and we're going to talk about mapping and what that looks like. So gold is 100 people. It's approximately 20 people. Remember, if you look right here, here's your level ones. Those are going to be 6 points each. You also get a building bonus for each one of those. As you sign them, you get either $20 or $25 bonuses with their welcome pack. And then these would be your level twos. Those are going to be 5 points each. And then, of course, you would just keep going. It would be your next level, would be your net level 3s. Okay. So being able to see that. The big key, depending on what you're wanting to do within your own business, is sponsoring 3 people and really making that a goal every month. And then helping those people, like sharing with them that they have a referral link, sharing with them that they probably have friends and family that would like to lose weight or have different little health issues going on, or want to sleep better, or want to lower that anxiety or stress, sharing with them that they have a referral link to share. So that is always key, is me recruiting personally, but then me also helping my people share with their people. So that's what's going to grow you as you move towards gold and beyond. All right, so I want us to map it out. How do you like this? This is my little stick figure people, all different shapes and sizes, as you see here, and you are in the center. And so if you are somebody that is on this call and you already have a group of people, you already have an organization, you have 3 people, or you have 20 people, or you have 100 people, whatever that looks like for you, it's really important that you map out what it looks like, that either you're working yourself towards gold or senior gold, or you are beyond that and you're helping your organization of people to be able to go gold or senior gold. So I think it's so critical that you know where you are and you know your level 1. So here's your level 1s right here. Here's your little people that you love so much. And within your organization, it's always so good. I actually have done this so many times just on pieces of paper. I'll take one of my level 1s and I will look at their people, and it helps me even have conversations with them about their people, because I can see where they are and they can see where they are. And some of your people have maybe invited one person to join them, and maybe they're being accountable with them. You might have someone else that has already gotten her first 3 and they've moved to another 3. So they've got 6 people on their team that they're taking care of. Everybody looks different. You might have someone this month that already has 2 people and she only needs 1 more to go silver. So being able to know that. Another big thing about this is knowing if you have people that are fast start people. So maybe she has 1 person and she still has 15 days to get 2 more people. You're going to be able to know how to have a conversation with her to help encourage her through that process. And we're going to talk about what that looks like in just a minute. But knowing your organization is potential. And right now, guys, it might be right here. And if it's right here and you're just now starting to share, you really want to get your first 3 people. So that's really your focus right now, is those first 3. And then once you get them, you're going to help them share with their friends. And that's as far as you're going to go. And then there's others of you that are on here that have a full organization, and you're going to pull out those key people and help them. Okay. So knowing your organization is number 1. Number 2 is customer care. All of these people, whether it's 1 person or 20 people or 100, you have been called and you are responsible to care for them. You cared for them whenever you recruited them, and now you're caring for them to be successful. And I always like to say that, we are in the sharing business. We are in the people business. We're in the relationship business. But everyone that you shared with them because you cared about them in some way, and you believed without a doubt that this was going to help them in some manner, with energy, with weight loss, with health issues, with feeling better and not having mood swings, all those different things. And now that they are on your team, you care enough for them that you want to see them successful. And so that's where customer care comes in. You check on them, you help onboard them, you have conversation if they have some troubleshooting that you need to work through. You really kind of hold their hand for those first 30 days. And then you continue to check on them in their second month, because we really want people to go 60 to 90 days at least, in knowing and understanding that it might take that long for them to see a difference in how they're feeling. And so you need to be with them through that. Understanding that Fast Start program that we talked about, that there is a timeline for that. And then the big thing is you're growing your team, and as you're helping them have people share, it's understanding that we have this referral program. Whenever I'm talking to new friends that have just started with me and we're talking about silver in some way, I don't tell them silver. I don't say, hey, we're going to help you go silver. What I tell them is, I want you guys to know that you have a referral link. This is what it is. I always share what theirs is with them. So as you're getting started, you might think of a couple of people that you would love to do this with you. Or as you know, I might have a VIP that's been with me for 3 or 4 months and really loving the product. And I remind them, you got a referral link. So you probably have some friends that are actually seeing a difference in you. Whenever that happens and they're asking you what you're doing, make sure that you use your referral link and do share a cart. Like, give them the products that you're actually on, put it into a cart and shoot it to them. I make it super simple for them so that it's not confusing. So it can just be a very easy turnkey, and that they can do that and start sharing with success. The other thing is that as you're building out in these different areas, this is where our systems really come into place of three-way chats and messenger events. So for many of you and many of your people that are just starting to share, they're scared to share because they don't know what to say. And they're afraid that they're going to, quote, mess up. How many times have you heard that? And you may have even said that yourself today, right? I don't want to mess this thing up. That's the beauty of three-way chats. We used to say years ago, it's earn as you learn. And so those three-way chats, I would get in with my sponsor, and as I'm learning, I would introduce her to my girlfriend and let her know a little bit about her and what her questions are or what her goals are. And then my sponsor would help have that conversation, point us to resources, answer any questions that I couldn't answer. But I was able to grow my business while I was learning. And so that is such a big piece with this three-way chat. Another thing about the three-way chat is that we immediately get to show our friends that are potentials of getting started with us the beauty of our community and how we work together and the encouragement that we have and how we want everyone to be successful. And the thing that I've noticed the most through doing this business for the last 9.5 years, so many people aren't in community. So many people don't know the beauty of encouragement. So many people don't realize that others want them to be successful. And so, in my opinion, our three-way chats are so much bigger than just sharing with a friend and them joining us. It is way bigger than that. And then our messenger events. We do messenger events throughout the month, and many of you do messenger events just within your own group of people, within your own organizations. And those are really great. There's all kinds of messenger events that are out there. But know that these are resources for you as you grow. The more that you tap into these areas of bringing in community, sharing in very comfortable ways to where people aren't feeling what they can be curious but not pressured, the faster you're going to grow your business. So really getting into those systems in some way. So the other thing that I want you to understand as you are going to gold and going further, hang on one sec, guys, 1 second. Hey, babe, can you turn that off? Thank you. Is that as you're going through this, that mindset is everything. Mindset matters whenever you're on the road to gold and beyond. So as you're working on building out your team, as you maybe get a couple of level ones and they're doing great and they're rocking it, and all of a sudden they stop taking product, right? You're going to have people that you think, oh my goodness, they're doing so great. And all of a sudden you don't hear from them, or they quit taking, or they're not consistent anymore. The big thing that we need to understand is consistency is hard. Were you really, really great at discipline and being consistent when you first started? Were you really, really great at drinking your water and getting all of your water in? Were you really great at not forgetting at bedtime that you needed to take some of your supplements? So just like that, all the people that we serve, sometimes they fall off. Sometimes they might quit for a month or two. It doesn't mean that they won't come back. But as you're building, you need to make sure that your mindset is in the right place. So this is what I want you to understand as you're growing a business, is that you have to stay positive. Staying positive of maybe listening to something, maybe listening to worship music, or having your prayer time in the morning and making sure that your perspective is in the right place. Being with people that are positive and encouraging, not Debbie Downers, not people that are negative. If you start realizing the people that you're having conversations with are only pulling you down and not lifting you up, that's probably not your community. And it's not just even about this business, that's about life, right? Like there's enough going on in our lives that if we can't stay positive, we will think that we're drowning. We will get overwhelmed, we'll get fearful. So staying positive is such a big piece. Staying in community. I can tell you, once again, from all of my experience in this business, that those that do not stay in community don't last very long, because community is the glue. It's the glue. So as you're growing towards silver, senior silver, gold, as you're duplicating your people, you really want to emphasize to them the importance of community, to be encouraged, to learn from, to be inspired, to feel like that they're not in this alone, or they're not isolated, but it means the exact same thing for you. So if all of a sudden you start feeling isolated, or that you've really pulled back, or maybe you feel like you haven't done well this month, or the last 3 months you haven't been able to recruit, and so you're embarrassed for whatever reason, and it makes you pull back and not participate and not engage, the more that you allow yourself to stay in that space, the harder it is, because community is the glue. It's what gets you up every day. When somebody says you're really doing a great job, you really are. Have you thought about doing things a little bit different? Or have you thought about doing a messenger event? Like getting ideas from other people is critical. So make sure that you stay in community. Consistency in showing up every day, doing your work, being able to, post every day, maybe going live in your stories, consistently taking your products and consistently drinking all of your water. Really learning habits and discipline is such a big deal. And the more consistent you are in showing that you can do it, even if today you feel like you failed, get up tomorrow and do it again, right? But the more consistent you are, the more confident you are. And the more confident you are, the more your mindset is in the right place. So it's all hand in hand. And then personal growth gap, which we're going to talk about just in a minute, and belief. These are the areas that are so important for you as you are going towards gold, or you are helping somebody else become gold. So the personal growth gap, we talked about this a couple of times. If you want to work through it, I'm more than glad to work through it with you. So you message me and we can talk through this. But I want you to see this is where you are today. No matter if you started today and you're on this call, and if you are, I'm so glad you're here, or you're already gold and you're starting to learn how to develop other people to be able to share with friends and family, or you're senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, and you're moving towards those 6 figures, like you really do want to go as far as you can in this business. Wherever you are is where you are. And I really want you to think through where you are. And this is where you want to go. So where I want to go. So where you want to go, I want you to think about why you're doing this business. Like, what is this business going to do for you? Where is it that you want to be? As a leader, training an organization, having conversations with friends, telling people about the business. Where do you want to go financially? And why? That's a really big deal. So all of this is where I want to go. I want to grow in character and skills. Like there's things that I want to be better at. I want my values, my integrity. Like I really want to be a strong man or woman that people respect and that I keep my word. Whatever that is what you're going to put right here. But where you are today and where you want to go is your growth gap. And that is really your roadmap for personal development. So being able to see those different things, maybe there's certain people that are mentors or leaders in this business, that there are certain things about them that you really want to grow in. Maybe they're great writers, maybe they're very creative, maybe they're consistent. Maybe there's some trainers and speakers out there that you're like, I really want to get good at communicating. Whatever those things are, here's your personal growth to be able to work towards that. And that could be getting a coach or a mentor, or working with your sponsor, or getting into an accountability group, or listen to a specific podcast, and not only listening, but implementing what it is that it's telling you to do, or even like doing what we're doing tonight, and not just listening to this training, but taking what is being said and saying, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and you start doing it. That's the only way you're going to grow, is to implement, to know where you want to grow in, how you want to grow, and then start implementing it. And then the other thing, guys, is your belief has to be so strong as you're going towards gold, and you're thinking about gold school and the gold party, and realizing that if you have 4 to 5 golds on your team, what that looks is it's moving you towards ruby and to senior ruby, and understanding that how to get to emerald, and how many golds on your team that would look like really starting to map out those things. But belief is everything in that. So understanding that these products have changed thousands of lives. You can read stories of transformation on our Good to Great page. There's so many testimonies that are out there. Take your products every single day, adding more to your regimen monthly, so that you have your own story of change. When I started these products, I started with a product we don't even have anymore. It was called Accelerator and Slim. Those were the 2 that I started with. And then within the month, I had done my own research on the products. And we didn't even have what's called triplex combo. We had the different products, but they weren't a combination for us to understand that, like for that gut health, that it was the fullness of that triplex combo, taking all 3 of those. So I did the BioCleanse and the ProBio 5, and then I learned about the X Factor. I learned what those different things were, and my transformation grew because of that. Internally, my body, my mindset, my belief. These are the 4 pillars of belief: your products, your business, you, and corporate. So in business, I would say build your belief about this business. Our Diamond documentaries are some of the greatest places to go and read and listen to those that have been successful and made it to the top of this company. What is their story? And being able to know that, to really build belief that network marketing is one of the greatest industries to be in. It gives you back your time. It allows you to make the income that you choose to make. You get to choose what you want to do with this business. Like I said, $500 to 6 figures and beyond. You put the work in towards that, but understanding and building belief. So if you don't really understand even this industry, do the research towards that. Reach out to me, to your sponsor. There are incredible training videos on this industry, and it will make you fall in love with this industry. This industry, especially since 2020, has exploded. Number one, people lost their jobs and they were looking for an income because they had to replace theirs quickly. And number two, because of 2020, so many people got to be home and work from home, and they saw the beauty of flexibility, the beauty of being able to choose hours and do the work differently. And so really seeing that and believing it and getting passionate towards that. The other thing is belief in you. I think we're all learning to dream again. I know that I was not a big dreamer before Plexus, because for so many of us, our dreams are squashed. We just get into the space of, I gotta make a living. I gotta, get a paycheck. So I'm just gonna do whatever I have to do to survive and get to the weekend. Because I've got to take care of my family. So dreams were really put on the back burner. But now we're learning to dream again and to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. So read personal development books and leadership books. John Maxwell's incredible. Eric Worre has some incredible stuff out there, especially about the industry. Simon Sinek is good. Bob Pilot, Kristen Voss is incredible. There's so many out there. Once again, if you don't know where you should get started, reach out to me or your sponsor, and we can give you some ideas. We do a book club every single month with corporate. Our next one comes up on Saturday. But then also just our organization does a book club. Currently, we're doing Built to Last. Incredible book about your business and how to view your business. And then lastly, you need to have a really strong belief in corporate. Our corporate leaders and executives, they lead us with integrity and character without a doubt. It's been the most beautiful thing. I remember my very first convention just being like, what's this about? Because I just wasn't sure about network marketing, and I grew up traditional and I had a corporate job, and I was new to all of this. And as soon as our executives got on that stage at convention and I heard their hearts, I saw their postures, I saw like the respect that people had for them, I was sold. And it's been the most beautiful thing that as I've grown with this company and gotten to know these executives, they are exactly who they are on stage as they are on the ground floor with us. It's incredible. So jump on corporate trainings. We have them every week. Book club, community huddle that are on the first Monday is the big community huddle. And then we have one every Monday at 5 o'clock. I feel like our times have changed a little bit with what we just went through this weekend of quotes springing forward. So I think it's still at 5 o'clock on Mondays, but we have all of that on our page for you to be able to see that. So really building that belief. So this is what I want you to know is that everything that you do in this business is relationship driven. Everything is about people. If you don't love people or you don't care about people or you don't like to have conversations, this is a hard business to be in. But if you are anything like me that's introverted, but you are open to getting out of your comfort zone and growing and transforming and learning how to start conversations and not just sit back and watch the world go by, but get in the middle of the parade, then this is exactly where you need to be. So I wanted to give you a couple of slides and you can take screenshots of this, of just things that you can say. And I would tell you that I love to do voice clips. So you can get into Messenger and there's a little deal there that's got a little microphone. If you've never done a voice clip, I get the greatest responses because people get to hear my heart. And many times they get to hear my voice, and maybe it's been a long time since we've actually had a conversation. And the other cool thing that I love so much is that people say, I never knew that you could do a voice clip like that on here. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I just educated them a little bit. I actually added value. So I love getting to do those things with people. So this is just a couple of different things that you can say if you're just getting started. Hey, Heather, I started a few plant-based gut health supplements and I love them. I'd love for you to do this with me. Are you up for it? It's super easy. Don't overcomplicate. And you don't have to, you can say a few plant-based gut health supplements. Like you don't have to know all the names of every one of them. You don't have to know the history of the company. What you know is that they're working for you and you love it. What you know is that maybe I started today. I haven't even taken my first supplement, but I am so hopeful for what is about to happen because my girlfriend that shared this with me, her whole world has been changed because of it. Like you're just very, you're just speaking your heart towards that person. Another one, hey Heather, so I've been thinking about you and would love to share something I just started. A few of my friends are holding a really quick 15-minute messenger chat where you can be a fly on the wall and gather some information. What works better for you, 7 or 9 o'clock? Do you mind if I add you to that chat? And that's it. Those are our messenger events that I was telling you about. And it's so simple and easy to share and ask somebody to participate. Another one is I'm super excited about an opportunity I was recently introduced to, and it may or may not be for you, but I think you would be fantastic. Would you be open to watching a couple of quick videos if I send them your way? But do you also see, I want you guys to see this, there's always a question at the end. And you want to ask them a question because you want them to answer back. And so if you just tell them and not ask them, then you're not having a true conversation of, I always would call it, your ping pong. You're going to ping the ball over and then they're going to pong it back to you. And you get to have this really cool conversation back and forth. Here's one, if you're using your referral link in some way, I want you to think about this. Like, I want you to write these things down. Who do you know who could do this with you? Are you open to making a post about Plexus? Are you open to making a shout out post? Are you open to inviting friends to an online event? Those are just different things that whenever you have a new VIP and you're sharing about that referral verbiage, those are different questions that you can ask. So I always like to tell people that with your VIP membership, you also get a referral link to share with your friends and family. Plexus gives extra bonuses if you refer and have just 3 people join you. And honestly, how many people do we know who struggle in some sort of health issue? If you grab just 3 friends, family, co-workers, or whoever, you're going to make over $300. It's insane. So these are just ways that you can have conversations with some of your brand new people. Then I want you to see this one. And guys, I don't know, this came from corporate just last night, because even as a diamond, I'm on those corporate calls and I am learning from them. So this is from Whitney War. She was on last night and she gave different little scripts that you could have if you have a happy VIP, a product person that has product interest, or a business opportunity. You can screenshot this. And you will be able to have it. This is what I'd say. All of these are just scripts in some way. Make sure that you really make it sound like you, like your voice. So use this as a framework and then speak it. I love, like I said, use a voice clip. But if you have a happy VIP, hey, I love that you're loving your supplements. Did you know that you could earn an iPad 10 and up to $400 if you share with 6 friends this month? I found that sharing can feel really natural when you really believe in something. What would you think about me helping you get a free iPad if I make it really simple? The thing that I love about this, and if you've been in any of my trainings in the month of March, I have shared this over and over again, that one of our double diamond families that was just taking the product and she loved the product and she was homeschooling her babies, never wanted to share about the business, only wanted to take the products. But guys, she wanted an iPad, and this was 6 or 7 years ago, 7 years ago, when we did this type of a same thing that we're doing in March of 6 friends for an iPad. She wanted this for homeschooling. And so her sponsor, her friend, reached out to her and said, I know you're loving these products and I know that you would love to have an iPad. And if you're open to sharing, if you get 6 friends, and she was like, I can do 6 friends. She's now a double diamond family. And so I don't want you in any way to disregard any of the people that you currently have that absolutely love their products. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to do a huge business and become someone, but you're blessing them, you're helping them, you're showing them through the process of even what it looks like to share and what it feels like to help other people. And there's a huge possibility that they will go, hey, that was pretty cool. And I loved being able to help people in that way. And I want to keep doing it. Here's a product interest one. I know you've been interested in giving my supplements a shot, so I wanted to reach out. There's some amazing deals right now, and you could earn an iPad 10 and up to $400 if you have 3 friends that join you. And then the business opportunity. I know you've been interested in earning some extra money or some extra income, so I wanted to reach out, and I really believe you would be amazing at this because there might be something about them, because you're super successful at what you do right now. Or you're a busy mama. And I know that I love having busy people participate and become a business leader with me, because you know how to use your time right. Like whatever it is, you never meet a stranger. You're always positive. I know that you love to try new things. Whatever it is for that friend, that's what you're going to put right there. So I want you to be able to see those and see that you have different ways of really reaching out. And every script that you have can be used with your voice. It's just a framework. It gives you an idea, and then just make it really personable with your people. So this is what I want you to see of why this matters now, right? So the beautiful piece of being on the road to gold or helping some of your people get to gold is that this month, exactly what we were just talking about, is that you have the possibility of getting not only one iPad, but two. So you can see right here, if you have a new person that's getting started, they might even go fast start. But being able to understand what can happen whenever you get to 6 people, you get that iPad. Now, if these are your new people, then these are all of their bonuses and everything that happens with them within the referral program. And then if you get 6 and you help maybe 2 people, get 3 people, you're going to get that second one, or you can actually get all 12 people and you'll get the second iPad. The big thing that I want you to know is that you have to get into action. So we are actually on March the 14th right now. You still have a good amount of your month left. And this is what I would say is whenever you get off of this, if you're like, I can do this, and that money does make a difference for my family. And you might not be someone that wants to go all the way, but you do want to get to gold. You do want to get to senior gold. You do want to help develop your people because you are a person that wants to go beyond. You need to get into action. So share your goals with your sponsor and really say, I am open to being accountable. I want you to ask me. I want you to help me. I want to be coachable, right? Check your belief. Where are you in believing in yourself and believing in the products and believing in this industry and this business? Where is your belief? And you know what, guys, if you're like Melissa, between a 1 and a 10, I'm kind of low. Share that with your sponsor, share that with me. Let's talk through it so we can build it up. Okay. And the thing that I would say for tonight is either tonight or first thing in the morning is you need to sit down and make a list of friends. If you're brand new and you're just getting started, or maybe you've been with this a month or two and you're like, I really want to share, I'm ready to start. I would say make your list of friends. And it is big. I'm not saying make a list of 100. I'm saying make a list of 10 people, 10 people that you know that these products would help them, 10 people that you know this opportunity would make a difference in their life. And as you write down the 10, you might think of, well, no, I've got 5 or 6 or 7 more people. I can keep writing. You write until you can't think of those people anymore, but make the list. If you're brand new with us and you're just getting started on your 3, those 3 people are friends and family, people you work with, people you go to church with, people on the soccer field, all those moms and dads on the soccer field. Those are the low-hanging fruit that you can have those conversations with quickly. If you've got your 3 and you're moving on to 6 or to 10 more, those people are probably still pretty warm for you. People that you know, people that you're already thinking about. I know whenever I first started this and started making my list, I had 4 autoimmune disorders. So I started thinking of people that suffer silently, that really don't talk about it. And people that I was on basketball courts with and didn't feel good and didn't sleep last night and had a headache at the game. I just started having conversations with them. So think about those people and start sharing. Whenever I talk about sharing, especially if you're brand new, it doesn't mean that you have to just immediately start talking about it, as a post on Facebook. Sharing are those immediate people that you could message, that you could text, that you could pick up a phone and call and say, I'm doing this and I want you to do this with me. And this is why. And this is what I think it would do for you. It can be that kind of share in the very beginning. So don't overcomplicate, but see what can happen for you, for your family, for your future, but also for the people that you're sharing with. So, like I said in the beginning, gold is where the treasure lies, and that's what we all should be aiming for. And if you're already gold, then you're aiming for multiple golds on your teams. you're going to want so many other pockets of gold. And if you're brand new, it is moving towards that 3 people and then getting another group of people and hitting that senior silver and then moving to your 20 people. Because the treasure in life really is a result of focused moments of working the dream and being able to see those things. Okay, I hope that that was helpful. I hope that y'all were able to take a couple of to-dos and thoughts through that. If anybody has any questions, I would love to open it up if you have questions for me in any way. Any thoughts? How many of you are going for gold right now? Like that is something that you would love to move forward. Okay, perfect. And how many of you are developing golds on your team? How many of you are, thank you, Michelle Harrell. We all need to, I'm developing golds on my team. I should have seen every hand, to be honest. If you either are going for gold or you are wanting to develop a gold, I should have seen a hand everywhere. But I want you to know, so I know Patricia and Stephanie will be at Gold School. Anybody else going to Gold School in DC who is planning on getting someone gold by DC? Okay, excellent, excellent. All right. All right, if there's no questions, I thank you so much for being with me tonight. Let's see, oh yes, Elia, I'm gonna.
Just real